Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lanolin, and we are back with episode 101 of my modded Minecraft Let's Play series. And in this episode, we're going to be focusing on trying to expand our Applied Energistics system just a bit. There's a lot of things that I can automate with Applied Energistics. Actually, you can just about automate everything with Applied Energistics, so long as it's eye-sighted. And even in some cases, it doesn't need to be eye-sighted. It's kind of ridiculous. Applied Energistics is a pretty powerful mod. But anyway, one of the things in particular that I would really like to automate is sugarcane. Not for any reason in particular, I guess. I'm just kind of tired of walking around here and picking it. Granted, at this point in the Let's Play, we kind of have a nice backlog of sugarcane, so I'm not like desperately in need of paper or anything like that. But it still would be nice to see. We have 744 sugarcane, which equates out to, I think, about 744 paper. But anyway, yeah, one of those things that is really, really easy to automate, well, in general, I guess, but even easier to automate with Applied Energistics. Now, as you can see here, I've kind of dug out a little space where I kind of planned on putting some of the more advanced Applied Energistics machines, because right now we're kind of bound by, like I've mentioned a few times, I can never remember which ones it is. There we go. We are bound by our channels. If we come around here, which one is the dense cable? Is it in here? It must be. I could have swore I had an AE wrench somewhere around here. I really prefer the crescent hammer, but I don't know where I put that. I could have swore I had one on me. Oh, you know what? It might be in here. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing we need to do today. We need to move all of this stuff because I want to open this up a little bit. So I'm thinking I might either move it up here or over in the corner somewhere, but somewhere else because it's kind of in a not very good spot. Huh. I could have swore I had a crescent hammer. I think I'm being rused. I think I do have a crescent hammer. It's just hiding from me. Oh, well, whatever. I'll make a new one. Crescent hammer, go! Nice. I don't know. I like the crescent hammer. I'm used to using it. I know this thing has to be like right in front of my face. Oh well. But anyway, I want to pop this off so we can take a look at. There we go. See, 8 of 8 channels, which means we can't expand this anymore, or it'll like shut off. It can't handle more than 8 channels. So if we hooked anything else up to this guy, we wouldn't be able to access our stuff anymore because it would overwhelm the circuitry, I guess. Like I mentioned, the basic Applied Energistics system like this can handle up to 8 things, which we pretty much have. I think we have something here for this chest. We have these 2 guys, and then the panel costs something on its own. Like the panel is 1 channel itself. So yeah, we've kind of gone over this before. I don't think the energy acceptor doesn't count as a channel, but we've got a few things connected up that we need to make sure we keep connected up because we'd like to continue using them. But what are we going to do about these 8 channels? Well, how do we get more channels? That's the really important thing that we need to ask ourselves. How do we get more channels? Well, there's a block that we can make called... Actually, probably be easier if I just typed in ME controller. There we go, the controller. The controller is pretty sick because it allows you, it adds 32 channels per face. So top, bottom, left, right, up, down, north, south, east, west. Each side comes equipped with 32 channels that you can play with. And of course, you can make lots and lots and lots of controllers. So you can have lots and lots of channels. So the channels, the channels isn't super important. You don't have to worry about the channels too terribly much because you have all these ME controllers. What's really important is making sure that you don't like completely confuse yourself when it comes to setting this stuff up. So it looks like I do need to create a few things, including some skystone blocks, which aren't too hard. As far as I know, this is just about the only thing you need skystone for. I'm pretty sure. I guess we can look. Yeah, you can do some cool decorative stuff with it, but generally speaking, you pretty much only use it for either decorations or making yourself some controllers, which I'm going to do right now. What was I making? Oh yeah, dark steel. I was going ham on the dark steel. Smelt. There we go, nice. So that'll smelt up. Let's go do some other stuff. Like make that processor. Oh yeah, that's something else that we'll be able to automate now as well, is the creation of these processors. Because they'll be connected up to our Applied Energistics system, which will make it nice and easy to just kind of be like, hey, can I get some... Wow, I only have 10 diamonds? What? I'm a little surprised by that. And some silicon. Nice. I might actually have some of this stuff already sitting down there, because I at some point... between one of these episodes, I was creating some stuff. Oh yeah, when I went to make that storage cell, the more storage cells, I needed to make some more these. Yeah, there we go. I might have some. Oh, I do have some diamond ones down here. Nice. Okay. I figured I had some around here, but cool, dude. Sweet. All right, so an engineering processor. I'd make more, but I don't have any redstone on me, unfortunately. So all good. But yeah, we'll be able to automate all this stuff as well using Applied Energistics. I think we can do it with Applied Energistics. Automating that stuff can be a little bit funky. A good way to actually automate that stuff is with Steve's Factory Manager, which we do have. We do have in the pack. I just right down here, Steve's Factory Manager. I just try not to use it too much because it's kind of. And you can automate like truly everything with Steve's Factory Manager. Stuff that's not even supposed to be automatable, you can automate with Steve's Factory Manager. It's pretty ridiculous. All right, so where are we at? Oh, actually, we need to run back downstairs and grab our skystone blocks. Nice. So I actually want to make a few of these controllers because I like my Applied Energistics systems to be very organized. And organized Applied Energistics systems are a happy Applied Energistics system. So, yeah, just keep that in mind whenever you're starting to build up your base. If you plan on going with an AE system relatively early or really late game, it's actually a lot easier to set up when you do it early. Kind of. But, yeah. You want to make sure that these guys are kind of fairly planned out ahead of time. That way you have a nice functional system that you're not constantly trying to figure out, okay, I only have this many channels here, this many channels here. Because you'll be surprised. You'll fill up with channels very quickly. So you want to be a little bit smart about it. Well, you can always add more ME controllers. Nice. Networking switchboard, which is pretty much what it is. Craft a controller. See? Pretty fancy. Pretty sure you can just break it with the block, but I like to be in the habit of making sure I pick stuff up properly. So anyway, one of the major issues I had with this room is the same issue that I had with this room. This stuff is here, these damn seared bricks. So what my plan is with this room is to kind of dig it out a little bit more, raise it up a level on this half of the room, and just kind of leave this half the same level. Because I like to put wires and stuff kind of underneath my machinery, and I have some cool plans for this room, and I kind of need to have the stuff underneath for it to look nice. I mean, I could do it up top, but I'd rather it be underneath. So anyway, what were we doing? That's right. We need to make a few of these, actually. So let me come back. I'm going to make a couple more ME controllers. It shouldn't take too long. I'm also going to dig out more of this, and then I think what we're going to do, the first thing that we're probably going to look at with Applied Energistics is auto-crafting. And to set up auto-crafting, a little bit of prep time. We have to craft a few things, so let me get myself nice and ready to go. Plus, I can get this platform set up because I think this room is going to be our auto-crafting room and kind of where we keep the brains of our AE system. That is our ME controllers. So I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and I figured while I was building, I should mention that I have updated all the mods in my pack, like I usually do. I like to make sure that I periodically mention to you guys when I do update, because a lot of the times, you know, I actually think every single time I've updated, I've run into some type of weird issue that I've had to mention to you guys to make sure you can watch out for if you play alongside. I was able to fix the issues with forestry, for one thing. I can show you by finding something that we couldn't do before. Where's the carpenter? Carpenter. Look at that. Oh, yeah. NEI recipe. So if you watched my Lano News video that launched a couple days ago, you'll know that I mentioned that I was trying to work on fixing this, and I fixed it. I rolled back the mods, NEI add-ons, and NEI integration. NEI add-ons I rolled back to 1.12.11.36, and I rolled back NEI integration to 1.0.12. The significance of that was that it allowed that it used that version of those mods uses the old version of forestry, like the old API that forestry uses. It uses that. That way everything can like read and talk and communicate with each other with no issues. So, hooray! That's all nice and figured out, which also means that I can actually, for a lot of these bees, I can figure out how the hell to make them. Because that was the big issue before. There's like very little documentation in regards to how to actually do a lot of this stuff. It all generally relies on NEI, which really sucks when NEI is broken. But now it is fixed, so I will be moving back to the bees in the future, but for now with the bees, I'm kind of just trying to figure out why my little auto-breeding system didn't work. It may have been because of the inconsistencies with the mods. Maybe that fixed it. I'm still working on it. So, yeah. I also updated Botania to Botania 1.8. Oh, yes. Major changes coming down from Botania. Most of them were honestly just a lot of quality of life changes. Just, you know, Botania's been around for a hot minute now. It's had time to kind of interact. I'm trying to deal with all this freaking water while I clear stuff out, so I don't mess up anything. But I think I'm generally okay. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Most of them are just quality of life changes. The only really major change I could see was the removal of petals. These regular petals still exist, but a lot of the mystical petals and stuff like that. Actually, maybe are these using stuff still? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So petals, a lot of the petals have been reworked. A lot of passive stuff has been reworked, like passive flowers are a lot better than they used to be. The diminishing returns whenever you place flowers like directly next to each other, that's been removed. So you can like stack flowers up on top of each other now. Just little things like that. The mana pools have been kind of reworked. The fact that you needed to make the diluted mana pool and you couldn't do anything with it other than make a regular mana pool, like, was just arbitrary and weird. So that's been removed. So yeah, just a lot of little things. Generally speaking, Botania is still very much the same. Just, yeah, a lot of little stuff to make things that much nicer. I was happy with it. Nothing that impacts us too close or too much, at least what I could see so far. So how's this doing? I think this is pretty much as big as I want to make it. I just kind of wanted to deal with this water. There we go. Should be good with that. Or not. When you're short one block. There we go. Cool. So yeah, the cool thing about auto crafting is that you can, the way that auto crafting is done allows for some very aesthetically pleasing structures. So that's kind of what I'm trying to work on, just so our auto crafting system can look really awesome. Because I've seen some people do some really cool stuff, and while I'm not exactly sure how people do the tower thing, like how the setup works exactly, I'm going to try and do something kind of similar. I don't think it'll be as tall, but I think it'll be nice. So there we go. So the next plan is to kind of raise this up a little bit, which I will do in a little bit. First things first, though, I kind of want to get the rest of this wall knocked out. I still can't find that zombie. I found a zombie in this pool of water, but that one that we keep hearing, no freaking clue where he is, man. And I'm pretty sure it's the same guy we always hear whenever we're standing over here. Oh, yeah. What I was waiting on was I needed to make some more pure fluix crystals. So I've been letting them sit down here. There we go. They're all done. I'm sure I was wasting tons of power for like 20 minutes. Maybe not 20 minutes. Hasn't been off long. I haven't been off camera for that long. So let me create just a few more of these ME controllers. I should have everything I need. What? Oh. There we go. So yeah, I just want 5. Just want 5 for now. And I think that'll be perfect for what I want to do for the most part. We might need to expand this in the future, but this is a good starting point. That way we can make sure that everything's nice and organized. We don't have any issues with being confused as to what the hell goes where. Cool. So I'm actually, before I start messing around with the ME controllers or anything like that, what I want to do is take a little bit of time off camera, kind of raise this floor up, push the ceiling up a little bit, kind of get the design and look of this room down. Then I can start placing blocks down and we can start hooking stuff up and powering things and possibly getting into some auto crafting this episode. I don't know if we're really going to be able to. We might only be able to get kind of the, what would you call it, the infrastructure for auto crafting set up. And then next episode, then we should be able to do some awesome auto crafting stuff. So I will be right back. I found him. This damn zombie that's been bothering us for years. He's been in here this whole time, just moaning away. Ah! Die! I'm not anywhere near done with what I was doing. I wanted to kill that zombie with you guys on camera. He's been moaning and groaning for so long. Finally happy to have him gone. But anyway, I guess I could hop in and kind of check in with you guys, see what we're up to, or what I'm up to, I guess. I'm trying to figure out what kind of floor I want to do in here because this is supposed to be, you know, kind of like the brains of our super high-tech industrial... Wait, what? That actually looked kind of cool. Why does this look like this? I just realized this. What is going on? Because I actually like this floor better, but it doesn't actually look like that. It looks like funky. So, whatever, dude. I don't know what's going on with that. That is very strange. I'm just gonna switch to the old laboratory block. The one that's not randomly changing its appearance. But yeah, I went ahead and knocked out this wall a little bit just to kind of give myself an idea of where the entrance is going to be, where I want to be walking into this room. I'm going to have some carpenter's blocks that will act as steps up, since I can't actually make steps, unfortunately, with this stuff. It's all good, though. I mean, actually, I guess I could make carpenter's steps, but I think ramps will look a lot better. In fact, actually, let's see if I have any carpenter's ramps. I do, of course. Wow, I have a lot. I have quite a lot. Remember how I said I was going to try and not use too much of these throughout the series? Yeah. I mean, I guess I have. I guess I've used these a lot less than most people do. A lot of people go mad crazy with the carpenter's blocks. I try not to go too crazy. Nice, dude. Very white and laboratory in here. And the blue neon plating, I thought this actually looked kind of nice, especially considering it's going to have something sitting on it. And actually, I need to readjust these. As I just noticed that after I put in this right here, basically the support for the glass, I realized that this is not centered, but now it's centered. The cobblestone, of course, is just placeholder. So, yeah. This is going to eventually be the two towers that represent our auto crafting. I don't know. I'm probably going to end up needing to add more of these towers, so this room is, of course, infinitely expandable all the way down the way. At least all the way up to our wither arena, which we have to quickly stop after we get to the wither arena, because we don't want all stuff to get blown to smithereens. So, yeah. I was still, like I said, I was still kind of working on this. Didn't have too much done, but actually, I guess at this point, I can kind of start putting some stuff down. So, like I said, this is going to be where our two auto-crafting towers are. The way auto-crafting works in Applied Energistics is we need these guys, the molecular assembler. The molecular assemblers are going to allow you to assemble things. Now, the only downside to the molecular assembler is that it does not do anything all by itself. It does absolutely nothing. What you need to do is find yourself some interfaces, which we've messed around with interfaces a little bit here and there with chests. But like with the chests, an interface allows you to interface with a block. So if we find our interfaces around here, there's a micropart interface. Where's the big one? Because I'm pretty sure it's better to use the larger interfaces. Well, whatever. Regardless, we got to have these molecular assemblers hook up some interfaces to them. Whoa. Interface. There they are. Pretty cheap to make. Like I said, we've messed around with these guys a little bit. I'm pretty sure we've used the microparts version of the interface, which we won't be doing this time. This time we're going to be using the full block version because it makes kind of like a cooler looking tower. So yeah, pretty excited for that one. So let's actually take a look, and is this centered? This is centered, right? Okay, good. Cool. So with that, I actually want to put my ME controllers, I think, right here. And as you can see, they are a multi-block structure as well, as are most things in Applied Energistics. Pretty damn awesome. Or at least it seems that way. Multi-block, that is. So yeah, this guy can make some really, really fancy designs. And actually, if you really like the way that they look, instead of needing to create a bunch of ME controllers, Chisel actually gives you the option of... wow, you can even do beacons. But Chisel actually has the option of using that same design for a few blocks, if I can find it. It's in there. It's got like some weird, funky name. Actually, I think it has Applied in the name. Applied. Here we go. Purple Applied Labyrinthic Neon Lines. Applied Labyrinthic Neon Lines. Not too bad. Futura blocks. Fairly cheap. Makes some pretty cool looking stuff. But yeah, these guys are really cool. Right now they're not powered though, as you can see, so they're just kind of sitting there not doing anything. We're going to worry about power in a little bit. I think this channel right here is where our power is going to be coming in, and is also going to be where these guys are going to connect up. So I think actually maybe the first thing we can do this episode, or not this episode, we're very far into this episode at this point, but I think the major thing that we're going to do this episode, what I meant to say, is hook these two guys up. Hook these guys up to the ME controllers. Because once we hook these guys up, the brains will no longer be this little setup over here. The brains of the system are going to move to this controller. Well, I guess I should say all of these controllers. But we gotta run our stuff over there first. I need to see which... I'm trying to figure out which... I had a feeling you were not actually wood. Where's the closest point? I think it's this right here. Yeah? Okay. So let me run on over here real quick. Dig out a nice little pathway that I can quickly access this stuff. Because I of course want it to look nice, which means hiding, of course, all the wires and everything. Yeah, and do I want to go from the back? No. I've got plans actually for the other side of this. There's a reason why this is up on the wall like this. I think it'll look really, really nice all set up because it's going to make it really easy to label things. So we know, the wires coming out of here going to what, and, the wires coming out of here going to this, and et cetera, et cetera. It's going to look really good. It's going to look good. Don't worry. At least in my mind, it looks good. We'll see how it actually turns out. Like with the bees. I really thought all of that was going to work. It looks really nice, but none of it actually works. And I'm kind of disappointed in that. Okay, so now that we have all this dug out, let's actually grab some wires. Wow, I really dug some stuff up, man. Clear inventory is a happy inventory. So everything's out of there. Clear this up. Everything out of my inventory. Cool. Oh yeah, Fluix. That's what I was looking for. Fluix cable, and do we have... Well, those are just covered cables. I don't want covered cable. I would like some smart cable, actually. Thank you. There, nice. Actually, I changed my mind again. I need one dense cable, at least one. Just a regular dense cable, please. Thank you. Ooh, I need a few more of these smart cable. Oh, I know I have them. Nice. Good job, me. Oh, never mind. Gotta make some covered cable. It's been a little while since I've messed around with Applied Energistics, so... Covered cable is pretty simple. Except I have all of my Fluix cable in my hand. And there we go. So yeah, this dense cable is going to be important because I'm going to be able to monitor what I'm actually doing. Although, you know what I could do? I could actually take the dense cable off of this. That's a good idea, actually. I'm going to take the dense cable off of this guy. Oh, never mind. Here's a smart cable. I thought I had a dense cable hooked up somewhere. Huh, I guess I didn't. Well, I should mention then that the dense cables that I'm hooking up right now, these guys, these super dense guys, they're not too expensive. They just require a couple of these covered cables and some redstone and glowstone. They allow you to move around 32 channels. So while these guys can do 8, these guys can do their single channel, or their 8 channels rather. These dense cables are going to allow you to move 32 channels. Now, these dense cables, honestly, aren't cables that you want to have running all over your base, as they are kind of expensive. That is why you want to be a little bit smart about how you plan out your systems. So let me get this going real quick. I only need one, and it was a piece of redstone and a piece of glowstone, and we have a single piece of dense cable. Nice. So by hooking this guy up here... Once we have all this stuff going, we'll be able to see how many channels we have. See how now it says 0 of 32 channels? Yeah, exactly. All right, and we're also going to do a smart cable off of this guy, because this smart cable is going to be able to tell us what exactly is coming out of, what's going down here and all that stuff. Actually, do I really need to do that? Yeah, I guess it's fine. I guess that's a good idea. So now we can run down like this. Oh, are we not going to have enough? Nope. Okay. How far are you actually going? Not too terribly far, but far enough that I'm going to want to make a nice little handful of cables. Ooh, actually, I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. What the heck? Oh, yeah. I forgot. Remember how I mentioned that I had all the poor ore taken care of from Railcraft? Not true, actually. I was poking my head downstairs and looking through all of my foundry stuff and noticed that I had a full chest of poor ore just sitting there. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess it's all sitting here. I thought I already took care of this. Just kidding. But it's all good. I don't really need it right now, but I do know that I have some if it comes up. Oh, am I really short on nether? No, I'm short. Because I only need a handful more. Well, maybe. Maybe we can make it all the way there. No, there's no way, actually, we can make it all the way there. 2, 3, 4. Almost, though. Almost. So 1, 2, 3. We literally need one more set. All right, that sucks. So we got to grind some of this up real quick. Quartz. Do I have a bunch? I do. I have a royal boatload. So we run down here, grind this stuff up. Now this isn't the most efficient way to do this. You'd probably want to. You'd want to turn this into pure fluix first. Or wait, actually, never mind. I'm a crazy person. This is part of the process of creating pure fluix dust. It's been a hot minute again. Excuses here and there, but it's all good. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Once we get into the more advanced stuff, I'll make sure that I'm 100% spun up on everything so there's no confusion along the way. Or uncertainty, I should say. Not confused, just uncertainty. So let's get these cables going. There we go. And I only need the 4, although probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and make the rest. Done. Ooh, you see them flip on? Looks like I didn't need as many as I thought I did. Whatever. Let me out, let me out. So we're good, right? Nobody's going to be popping up, bothering anything. Good. Nice. Sweet. So yeah, right there you can see that we're using 8 of our 32 channels. I think each line counts as 4. I think. I mean, that would make sense for 8, 12. So yeah, so each line is 4 channels in a dense cable. And then, of course, with the smart cable, one line is one channel. The lighter blue line right here. And then the brighter bluish line, purplish line right here. Nice, dude. And we have all of our controllers on. And they look quite pretty. So yeah, out of each of these guys, we've got 32 channels. Each face, 32 channels. So we now have a crap ton of channels. The only thing you have to keep in mind is in the situation like this, even though we have 8 coming out of this direction, you know, we can have another 8 coming out of here, or 16, or however many dense cable we go. So it's pretty modular. It's pretty modular, but as I've mentioned quite a few times at this point, you really want to plan this stuff out ahead of time, which, as you can see, I've kind of done for the most part. I've just this is part of the reason why I've taken so long to finally upgrade this system, is because I wanted to make sure that I had everything nice and done properly, so I didn't run into any issues going forward. Cool. So with that, I think we need to close out the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, getting ourselves a little bit spun up on creating a few more channels for ourselves with these awesome ME controllers. Next episode, we're going to come back and I'm going to try and get these auto crafting things up and running. There's a little bit of work we need to do in regards to crafting a bunch of molecular assemblers and interfaces. And what I'm going to more than likely do is have these guys running out of the bottom through the floor and then towards this way. Now, there is a possibility we could go up, but because I kind of want to make these as I go, if I had them go up and have it come in from the top, I'd have to start from the top and go down. Although that might look kind of cool. But anyway, we'll see what we do. More than likely going to do it from the bottom and then go up. That's why I built this like this. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I have been Lanolin, and I will see you next time. Bye.